What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. So in the last video I made, I was reading the comment section and noticed a comment that caught my eye. This comment said, which expensive fishing rod should I buy? I don't know which to get because there's a lot. And after seeing that, it gave me the perfect idea. Now, in my opinion, the best fishing rod to buy from one of the expensive ones is the Mythical fishing rod. Now, I know some of you guys are gonna say, what about the other ones? But here's the thing, the Mythical fishing rod will help you make so much money that the money you spend buying it will be recovered literally in one day. The method I showed you last video can earn you $100,000 in a day, and that was with a nocturnal fishing rod. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and buy the Mythical fishing rod and show you guys money making methods you could do with it to literally make over $200,000 a day easily, maybe even more. The only time you could buy the Mythical fishing rod is when a traveling merchant randomly appears. You will get an in-game message telling you he has spawned and the location he is in, so pay attention to that. Now let's talk about why your first expensive fishing rod will be the Mythical fishing rod. The Mythical fishing rod gives you a luck of 45% and a max kilograms of 2,000. Looking at the stats, it's pretty decent, but the main reason we are using it is because the Mythical fishing rod gives you a 30% chance of catching a mythical mutation. And on top of that, the mythical mutation makes a fish worth 4.5 times more. So as you can see, making money with this is no joke. I'd imagine if you use any of my methods today, you could buy all the fishing rods in the game in literally a few days of grinding. Also, if you guys are interested in more fish content, don't forget to like and subscribe. It does help me a lot. Thanks, and let's begin. Now, I am going to the Statue of Sovereignty to enchant my Mythical fishing rod, but to be honest, I highly doubt I'll get anything good on it. Most likely, I'm probably going to take the first decent enchantment on it and just move on to the money making methods. Now, if you are fixated on enchanting the Mythical fishing rod, there are 3 enchantments you could go for. The 3 enchantments are Resilient, Controlled, and Steady. In my opinion, if you were to go for one, it would have to be Resilient, but the others work too. However, I suggest you to watch the rest of the video because I will explain why a certain enchantment will be better than the other 2 for a specific method. So I was actually trying to enchant my Mythical fishing rod and I was going to just give myself 3 attempts because I didn't want to waste all of my enchant relics, and I got super lucky and managed to get Controlled. Controlled is pretty solid. It'll definitely help you catch mythical fishes better because sometimes they resist a lot and the larger bar will come in clutch for us. But to be honest, I might come back another time and try to get Resilient. So after you buy your Mythical fishing rod, we now have to worry about bait. For the bait, we will be using the quality bait crate that we could get on Terrapin Island. On Terrapin Island, the quality bait crate costs $525, which as you can see can be quite pricey, but you don't really have to worry about the price because you could buy it in bulk and still profit because of just how strong the Mythical fishing rod is. Also here, you could buy the radar. It does cost $8,000, but it does help when trying to locate better fishing spots. But just in case you don't want to buy the quality bait crates and prefer to get them yourself, down here you could buy the magnet fishing rod for $15,000, and this pretty much gets you quality bait crates pretty fast. Now after you buy the magnet fishing rod, you will head towards Sunstone Island, and on this island you will be fishing for quality bait crates. So pretty much what I like to do is I walk over and stand on top of the roof next to the merchant and just fish for quality bait crates. You can stay here as long as you want. Sometimes I fish like 100 to 150 at a time, and then when I'm done I go back to making money. So now for the first method, you will be hopping in your boat and we will be heading towards Harvester's Spike, which surprisingly not many people know about, but it does have a solid money making method you can use. I like to show different ways to make money because in case you get bored or you want to be in a different location, this will help. Also, make sure you look at the route I'm taking because the Harvester's Spike is pretty easy to miss. I remember for the first time when I was trying to look for it, I literally missed it 3 times in a row because it was kind of dark, I'm not gonna lie. Now what this location has to offer is the bluefin tuna, but obviously we're here for the Mythical fishing rod because it has a chance of turning anything mythical. On this island, I tested it during the day and night because I wanted to get an overall idea of what you can make here per hour, and on average I made $24,000 per hour. Now this number can actually be way higher because I did it during the day and night, but if you were to have like an alternate account on another server, and the minute that server turns to nighttime, invite your main account and just constantly fish during the night. But you can also buy the sundial totem to change from day to night, but I just feel like rejoining a new server would be much quicker and cheaper. Fishing at night in general general is going to be better for the money making methods I show you. So if you want to make more money, it wouldn't surprise me if you make $30,000 an hour doing this at night. Now the bait you want to be using is squid, super flakes, and seaweed. And for your mythical fishing rod enchantment, you can use resilient, controlled, or steady. They all work fine here. So once again, I made about $24,000 per hour by just sitting in the same server regardless of time and weather at Harvester Spike. For the second method, we will be heading towards Snowcap Island. And the fishing spot we will be using is the same one you fish for the colossal squid. Now the interesting part about this is the colossal squid can actually boost profits by a lot. However, there's actually a few things you could do to make more money there. Since the colossal squid can be caught with this method, I suggest you to get resilient on your mythical fishing rod, because I actually tried the colossal squid with controlled on my mythical fishing rod and I literally stood no chance at even catching it. It also doesn't help that some of the bait we use here has negative resilience, so I'm pretty sure with resilient on the mythical fishing rod it will help a lot. Another thing you could do is bring a smokescreen totem. Since we are making a ton of money, spending money on a smokescreen totem can increase your chances of spawning the colossal squid by a mile. With the nighttime and foggy weather, it wouldn't surprise me if you can catch 2 to 3 colossal squids per hour. So resilient on the mythical fishing rod and smokescreen totems, this will boost profits by a lot. But for this scenario, I fished here during the day and night to get an overall estimate. And with this method, I was making $25,000 per hour, but that's without catching a single colossal squid. If you were to catch the colossal squid and on average I saw 1 per hour, we would make $32,000 per hour. Now if you were to only fish during a foggy night with resilient on the mythical fishing rod, it wouldn't surprise me if you make on average over $43,000 per hour. But obviously the requirements on that are kind of on the higher side. But this would be the route I would take to make the max amount of money. Now the bait I used was super flakes, night shrimp, and weird algae. So once again, I made about $25,000 per hour without catching a colossal squid. And if I did catch some colossal squids, I would make $32,000 per hour by fishing on both day and night at the Snowcap Island. Now for the final method, and in my opinion, overall the best method is fishing for manta rays. I showed you last video just how good it is for low level players, but since we have the mythical fishing rod now, we will see a massive difference. For the last method, we will be heading towards Roslit Bay, and what I like the most about this is not only do we get manta rays, but we also get bull sharks and nurse sharks. And I've actually gotten a big bull shark and big manta ray, and seeing big versions of fishes always amazes me. Now the spot I fish for manta rays is the angelfish area. If you turn on your radar, you will see the exact spot it is in. Also, another thing is, if you are waiting for the mythical fishing rod to spawn, the traveling merchant always spawns in this exact area as well. Now for the enchantments you want to be using, it doesn't really matter which one you pick. You can use controlled, resilient, or steady. However, in my opinion, I suggest to use resilient, because sometimes the manta rays like to troll and make things complicated. And I'm gonna be honest, losing out on manta rays is kind of annoying, so if you want that 100% catch rate, go for resilient. Now you can fish manta rays in whatever time and weather, but let me just say, the manta ray spawns a lot during the nighttime. I remember one time I got 2 big manta rays and they sold for $5,500 each, so that was a nice hour for me. Just like the other 2 methods, I fished the manta rays during the day and night, and on average I made $27,000 per hour. One thing I found interesting about farming manta rays is you also have a chance of getting a mythical mutated manta ray, which those can sell for $12,000 each, and I actually got it in back-to-back hours, which was pretty lucky. But I'd imagine if you fished at night only, you could make over $40,000 an hour easily. Those 2 hours that I caught a mythical mutated manta ray, I made over $44,000 per hour, and one of them was during the day, by the way. So this method is pretty much the same as the colossal squid method, but this is way more relaxing. You don't have to worry about the colossal squid destroying your momentum, because I swear every time you verse a colossal squid, it feels like a boss battle every time. Now the bait I used for the manta rays was super flakes, shrimp, seaweed, and night shrimp. You could pretty much see super flakes is a pretty common bait, and it's pretty good too. So on the final method, we made on average $27,000 per hour fishing in the day and night at the Roslit Bay. So as you can see, we have multiple methods we could do with the mythical fishing rod. However, I do suggest you do the most efficient way possible for each method, which would be fishing at night, and with the colossal squid, fishing during a foggy night. You do make a lot of money, so buying quality bait crates isn't a bad idea. I actually might encourage you to do it instead of fishing for them. But that's all I got for today. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.